Bright city streets are filled with shiny black cars and people wearing fine wool suits. This is a time of great growth and new inventions for everyone. Families are visiting local stores to buy amazing new gadgets like wooden radios and electric lamps. They use credit to take these items home right away. Factory assembly lines move very quickly to keep up with the high demand for goods. Workers stay busy putting together parts for thousands of new machines. Farmers use their new mechanical tractors to plant more wheat than ever before. Huge golden fields stretch across the horizon under a clear and sunny sky. Bankers sit in grand offices with marble floors and hand out loans to investors. This easy money allows many people to play in the stock market. People gather around mechanical ticker tape machines to read the latest stock prices. Everyone believes that the values will continue to rise higher every day. A large chart on the wall shows a line moving steadily upward without stopping. Investors feel confident that they have found a way to create permanent wealth. However, factories are now making more products than people are actually able to buy. Huge warehouses start to fill up with unsold crates and boxes. Farmers also notice that they have too much grain and the prices are falling. They look at their full silos and wonder how to pay bills. On a Tuesday morning, a shift occurs as many people decide to sell their stocks at once. The market floor becomes very loud and very busy. The line on the chart now points sharply toward the floor as prices drop. Wealth that seemed real only yesterday is disappearing in a few hours. People who borrowed money to buy stocks find they can no longer pay back the bank. They are forced to sell their belongings to find cash. News of the crash spreads quickly through neighborhoods and small towns alike. Crowds begin to form outside of the banks to check on their savings. Banks do not keep all the money in their vaults because they lend it to others. When everyone wants their money at once, the banks fail. Doors are locked and signs are hung as thousands of banks across the country stop operating. People find themselves with no way to access their life savings. Without money from the banks, businesses cannot pay their employees or buy new materials. Shops begin to turn off their lights and close their doors. Millions of workers are told they no longer have a job. They walk home with heavy hearts, carrying their personal tools in small wooden boxes. Prices for goods fall very quickly because no one has money to spend. This creates a cycle where businesses earn less and must cut more jobs. Families who cannot pay their rent are forced to leave their homes. They pack everything they own into old trucks and drive toward the west. In the cities, people build small shacks out of scrap metal and wood in the public parks. These temporary villages become homes for the homeless. Hungry people stand in long lines for a simple bowl of soup or a piece of bread. This is often their only meal of the day. On the Great Plains, the ground becomes very dry and the wind starts to blow the soil away. Massive clouds of black dust cover the sky. The dust gets inside everything and makes it impossible to grow food or even breathe clearly. The land that was once fertile is now completely barren. Many families move from state to state looking for any work they can find in the fields. They live in tents and carry their water in buckets. Governments around the world try to help by raising taxes on goods from other countries. This makes it harder for people to trade with one another. Because no one is trading, the economic trouble spreads from one country to the next. The entire globe begins to experience the same difficult situation together. New leaders are elected who promise to use the government to create jobs and help the poor. People listen to these promises with a sense of hope. Families gather around their radios to hear these speeches every evening. It makes them feel like someone is finally listening to their problems and needs. The government starts huge projects to build dams, bridges, and roads across the country. Thousands of men are hired to do this hard manual labor. Young men are also sent to the forests to plant trees and build trails in the mountains. They receive food, clothing, and a small amount of money. New laws are passed to protect the money that people put in banks. This helps everyone feel safe about saving their hard-earned cash once again. Farmers are paid to grow less wheat and corn so that the prices can start to rise again. This helps the farm families earn a better living. Artists and writers are hired to create murals and books that tell the story of the country. This brings color and creativity back to public spaces. Even though these plans are in place, the recovery happens very slowly over many years. People continue to be very careful with their spending. Slowly, the wheels of industry begin to turn once more as demand for products increases. Factories hire back some of the workers they let go. The world is changing as new technologies are being developed in the middle of the struggle. Faster airplanes and better radios become more common. People find joy in simple things like watching movies or playing music together at home. These moments of happiness help them get through hard times. Communities work together to share what they have with their neighbors. Small community gardens are planted in empty lots to grow fresh vegetables. The lessons from the Great Crash are being written into new rules for the stock market. This is done to prevent another major collapse. Over time, the massive clouds of dust on the plains begin to settle as the rains finally return. The land starts to turn green again. Families who moved away start to find more permanent homes and jobs. They look back on their journey with a new kind of strength. The economy is not yet fully recovered, but the fear that gripped the nation has started to fade as people find stability. Large ships start to move again in the harbors as trade between countries slowly begins to pick up. The world is becoming connected once more. The focus of the country shifts towards building a better future for the next generation. Schools are filled with children learning new skills and ideas. Even though the hard times were very difficult, they taught everyone the importance of balance and preparing for the unexpected in the financial world. New inventions in medicine and science continue to improve the lives of everyone everywhere. The spirit of discovery remains very strong and very active. Cities are being updated with new electric lights and paved roads that make travel much easier. The world is looking more modern and efficient now. Workers find that they have more protections and better hours than before the crisis. The relationship between labor and business has fundamentally changed. Farmers have learned better ways to take care of the soil so that the dust storms will not return. They plant rows of trees to block wind. People are now more likely to save a portion of their income for a rainy day. This habit of saving creates a more stable economic foundation. The memory of the hard years remains as a reminder of how quickly things can change. It encourages everyone to stay alert and well-informed. New international agreements are formed to prevent trade wars between countries. The goal is to keep the global economy moving smoothly and fairly for everyone. Communication between cities becomes much faster with the spread of the telephone. People can now share information and news almost instantly across distances. The standard of living slowly rises as more families gain access to clean water and reliable electricity in their own homes for the first time. Public transportation like buses and trains connect people to new job opportunities in different parts of the city. Travel is becoming more affordable for everyone. The importance of community support is now a central part of the country's identity. People continue to look out for one another and help out. Large-scale projects like bridges and parks are finally completed and open for the public to enjoy. They stand as symbols of the country's resilience. The financial world is now more transparent with regular reports and clear rules for everyone to follow. This creates a much more predictable market environment. By understanding the causes and effects of the Great Depression, we can better prepare for the future. We learn how to build stronger communities. Today, we continue to use these historical lessons to create a world that is more stable and more fair. Our shared history guides us forward.